This is Geometry, Semester 1. It's Unit Shapes, which is the first unit, and it's the third lesson, Polygons, Regular and Irregular. It's abbreviated, sorry about that. I run out of room in my title. And Concave, Convex. Okay, so Polygons, Regular and Irregular, Concave and Convex practice. It's on creatormath.com under the Geometry tab. You might have to type into Google creatormath.weebly.com to find the right site. Copy the following problems into your composition book on the correct pages according to the table of contents with the notes for those pages from creatormath.com. And just to model that for you, let's go here. Where are we? There we are. So you might have to do creatormath.weebly.com into Google to find it. Once you get there, it should look like the home page like this. All right, once you get to the home page, we want to go to Geometry. All the notes are on Geometry. Pass by the vocabulary, that comes first, and then find the right semester. This one is Semester 1, and sometimes they're in different orders, so it might pop up at first where you would expect it to. There it is right there. So, but just find Semester 1. All of this table of contents goes on pages 2 through 6 of your composition book. Please see the videos on the sample composition books, but it takes about 3 pages to write this in. Once you do, you're going to have your composition book laid out for the entire semester. And please follow the page numbering video also, because now we're on, this is Unit 3, Polygons, Regular and Irregular, Concave and Convex. It goes on this page. Go ahead and look at the table of contents right now, not this video. And then there's notes, the problems we're doing here, and you'll find your video lesson here also. All right, so notes looks like this. This gets copied on those pages of your comp book. Make sure you number the pages correctly according to the page numbering video, or else I make you redo them, and I apologize for that in advance. It's just everything has a page, and I got to look at 200 comp books and etc. All right, so please follow those directions, please. So here, there's a pentagon. There's an exterior angle, that's on the outside. There's interior angles, that's on the inside. There's a vertex. Vertex are angles. And if you have more than one vertex, you have vertices. There are tick marks. The tick marks tell us those sides are all the same length. There are arc tick marks here in the angles that tell us those angles are all the same measure. Let's see, line tick marks, side lengths are equal. Arc tick marks, angles are equal. Pentagon, irregular, convex. So notice these different tick marks. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tick marks. That tells us that every one of these sides is a different length. This tick mark in the angle tells us that all of these angles are different measures. So we can have an irregular pentagon. Pentagon means 5 sides. Irregular means none of the sides are an equal length and none of the angles are an equal measure, at least not all of them are. Convex, because all of them point out. Look at this one, concave. It's like you're walking into a cave here, right? So concave, you're walking into a cave. This is still a 5-sided shape, still called a pentagon. But this one up here with equal length sides and equal length interior measures is called a regular pentagon. A little bit complicated. Here's a hexagon with 6 sides, same drill. Here's a concave one. Notice that it's got one of its points pointing in toward the shape, and it's like you're walking into a cave, hence the word concave. Let's see, vocabulary, pentagon, regular, irregular, interior angle, convex, concave, vertex, vertices, all right? So all of this goes in your notes on those pages in the table of contents. Then we turn to the problems, and let's roll through these problems in the next 11 minutes here. So given the following shape, is it regular or irregular? So because we have equal length sides, that's what these tick marks mean, means all those sides are equal, and because we have equal measure interior angles, these are the interior angles, and 1 tick mark means they're all the same measure, the answer is yes, this is regular. All sides are the same length, and all angles, and it might say interior angles, but let's just say angles is fine, are the same measure, right? I might put interior in here, just to be a little bit more clear, all right? Interior angles. Given the following shape, is it convex or concave? So, convex means all of these angles point outward, right? There's nowhere we're walking into a cave, so this is convex. All vertices pointing outward. And just to contrast this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 5 sides. Pretend we had 2, 3, 4, 5. This shape we're walking into, and one of the vertices here is pointing toward the center of the shape. This is the 5-sided shape. All of these angles or vertices point outward. That's what makes it convex. It has to be concave. You need some sort of dent in the shape. It might be a colloquial, just sort of a conversationally way of explaining it. Given the following figure, what do the arc tick marks mean? If there's one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, all of these interior angles are the same measure. That all of the angles are the same measure. Given the following figure, what do the line tick marks mean? One line, one line, one line, one line, one line. Each of these sides is an equal length, an exact equal length. That all of the side lengths are equal. Oh. Remember, my answers always pop up A, but on yours it'll be randomized, right? So you see me always marking the same one, the top answer, but yours will be mixed up. Given the following figure, AB equals BC. So now, what does this mean, AB right here? It means this thing right here, this line segment. And sometimes they'll put a line segment over it, but they don't have to. They can just say AB. BC is here. Given the following figure, AB is equal to BC. So, is AB equal to BC? Is this length AB equal to BC? And what do you think the answer is? They look the same length, don't they? But that's not what we're going to go on. We're going to go on what they tell us. There's one tick mark here, means this is one length, and 2 tick marks here. This is a different length than this. So, no, AB has 1 line tick mark, and BC has 2 line tick marks. They are not equal lengths. It says, are they equal? Is AB equal to BC? No. All right, because the tick marks tell us. And so you're not going to just look at a shape. You're going to try to find what information they're telling us and go on the information given, not just visual. Sometimes it's visual, but most of the time we're trying to look for actual details that tell us something. Given the following shape, is it regular or irregular? So regular means all the sides are equal length and all the interior angles are equal measure. This is different from this, is different from this, is different from this, is different from this. So no, it's an irregular shape. Irregular, all sides are not the same length and all angles are not the same measure. It's an irregular shape. Still, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, so still called a pentagon, but it's called an irregular pentagon. Is it convex or concave? Do you walk into a cave? Is there a dent? Then no, it's convex. All vertices are pointing outward. Pointing out, pointing out, pointing out. We would need to have that cave situation, right? I guess think of a flag shape pentagon. Given the following shape, is it convex or concave? Can you walk into a cave? Yes, you can. If I'm a little person right here, I'm walking in. It's like walking into a cave, right? Concave. So it's concave. One or more vertices pointing inward. So this angle or vertice is pointing in toward the center of the shape, like a cave. It's like spelunking. Hope I'm saying that right. Spelunking. I think that's cave exploration. Exploring a cave is called spelunking as far as I know. So given the following figure, is angle A equal to angle D? So let's look at A. This is A right here. It's got 1 tick mark. Let's look at angle D. It's right here. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 tick marks. No, they're not equal. This is one measure, and this is some other measure. All right, so no, angle A has 1 tick mark, and angle D has 4 tick marks. That tells us they're different measures. And by the way, this one has 2, this one has 3, this one has 4, this one has 5. All those angles are different measures. None of them are the same to each other. They would have the same number of tick marks if they were the same measure. Given the following figure, if BC is 5, so here's BC, and a lot of times the notation will have a segment above it, a line segment, because this is a line segment. And when we finally get into lines, which have an arrow at each end and continue in both directions, say this was AB, then this would be AB with an arrow above it. All right? But In this case, we can figure out what BC is. It doesn't have to be perfect for us to know what's going on here. This length is 5 long. Okay, from here to here is 5. What is the length of CD? Well, it's equal to 5. Why? Because there's one tick mark here and one tick mark here. We are being told that those two sides are exactly the same length. In fact, this one is 2, this one is 2, this one is 2, because they all have one tick mark on it. They're all 5. Given the following figure, is the angle an interior angle or exterior? Oh, so they're pointing a big arrow right here. This is interior. This is an interior. Interior means inside. Exterior means outside. So this is an interior angle, an angle on the inside of a shape. Given the following figure, is the angle interior, is the angle an interior angle or an exterior? Well, now they're pointing out to this side, right? So this one is an exterior, outside. Make sure you're in the right place. Follow this title closely. It's geometry. It's semester 1. It's a unit on shapes, which is the first unit, and it is a lesson number 3 called Polygons, Regular and Irregular, Concave, Convex Practice.